Suspension. Barry Ferguson and Neil McCann are both banned. Amaruso, De Boer, Van Bronckhorst, Moore and Alberts are either injured or not quite recovered. This lineup shows two changes from the team which started the 1-0 defeat of Aberdeen in midweek. McCann and Sergio Porrini are out. Reyna's in, as is Alan Johnston. The big surprise about Jimmy Calderwood's Dunfermline selection is the decision to rest former Rangers midfielder Ian Ferguson, with Tuesday's Cup replay in mind. Gary Mason's on the bench and Chris McGroarty dropped out this morning. His absence means the return of Stuart Petrie 6 months after breaking his leg. Jason Dare's in from the start too, and Moroccan Youssef Rossi is back in defence after a spell of international duty. Hoping he's now on an injury-free run after a stuttering start to his Rangers career is Toriandre Flo. Barry Nicholson was a bench regular when he was here at Ibrox. He's now blossoming at Dunfermline. And the referee for Rangers against Dunfermline is Alan Freeland. Not since mid-October have Rangers been within 6 points of Celtic. A huge incentive for them this afternoon, as if they need one. The chance to get a little bit closer to Celtic, who play at Tynecastle tomorrow, and the chance to move into second place in the SPL with Hibs inactive. Dick Advocat's team unbeaten in 12 matches, won 10, drawn 2. Well up was Tony Vidmar to win the header. Quickly off from Crawford. Duisburg's pass, chance for Dunfermline. Wonderful chance for Barry Nicholson to open the scoring. Duisburg's pass, Rangers looking for offside, the run timed to perfection, and that's a great save by Stefan Klos at the feet of his former teammate. And there's the reaction of frustration from Jimmy Calderwood. Chances, Youssef Rossi, and then Johnston trying to find a way through. Johnston again, just wide. And I think the fingers of accusation would have been pointing at Youssef Rossi had this ended up in the back of the net. He had the chance to take the safety option, chose to try to play the ball out of defence. It fell for Johnston, and fortunately for Rossi, the shot flew wide. Patient play from Rangers. Reyna for Toriandre Flo. Youssef Rossi stretching out to stop Flo scoring. Reyna's pass cut out by Scott Thompson. That's a good play. It's not from Skinner. And that was Reutenbach. Petrie hasn't played since mid-August with a leg fracture. Flo on his left foot, drives it wide. Well worth a crack at goal for Toriandre Flo, as Dunfermline backed off, but failing to hit the target. Took it wide of Rossi, but it also went wide of goal. A bold move here at Ibrox by Jimmy Calderwood, playing with only 2 defenders, marking Flo and Miller. Petrie again, back to Jason Dare. Into the feet of Lee Bullen. Back for Dare. Good build-up, and Dare will be disappointed that he couldn't steer that shot down. Held up by Bullen, got himself into a good position, Jason Dare, and at the very least here he would have wanted to have forced Stefan Klos into a save. Strong challenge on Flo by Rossi, held him off. Now it's Miller, and here's a chance for Fernando Rickson. inches away from the opening goal, advantage having been played. Andre Flo having been knocked over by Youssef Rossi. But that was a good advantage played by Alan Freeland, and Rangers very nearly scored. Closest thing so far for Rangers, Kenny Miller's cross, and Rickson's header cannoning back off the crossbar. Johnston against Thompson. That's for Flo. Taken away by Rossi. There, and Skinner. Back from Nicholson. A loose one from Skinner. And that only serves to hand possession back to Rangers. Newman up for Flo. No way through for Kenny Miller. Rossi looks as if he may have hurt himself there. Newman's cross, headed away by Thompson, and Tugai! He did it on Wednesday, and he's done it again. A wonder strike, and it could be a double blow for Dunfermline because Youssef Rossi is still grounded. He looks as if he may have given himself a bad one, but a finish here to admire from Tugai. One touch to get the ball under control, and that's what you call an unstoppable volley. Headed away by Thompson, it dropped for Tugai, and from that point onwards, Marco Rautenbeck was a beaten man. Rangers 1 up, 28 minutes into the match. Tugai's third goal of the season, and that's got to be the best of the lot. Hunterman, towering header, that went straight to Thompson. Duisberg down the line for Nicholson, he's made a good run. Tony Vidmar goes with him. And Tony Vidmar looks as if he's hurt himself. Rangers don't need another injury. Looked a fairly innocuous situation, that. But there's no mistake that Tony Vidmar has hurt himself immediately. He played that ball out. He was in a fair bit of pain. It's becoming all too frequent a sight for Rangers and their supporters. The sight of yet another player heading on to the casualty list. Slow infield for Tugai, finds his way through to him, off the head of Skinner. Claudio Reyna. Michael Moles with an early opportunity, touched away by Rautenbeck and cleared off the line by Scott Thompson. That's a heroic bit of defending from Thompson, as it seemed that Michael Moles had scored with his first touch of the ball. Rautenbeck got a hand to it, took the sting out of the shot after Moles had got beyond Skerla, but credit to Scott Thompson there for hooking the ball off the goal line, and the Cats couldn't believe that wasn't rustling the back of the net. Tugai forward for Rangers. Skerla's there. Again, it's disappointing in the midfield for Dunfermline. Possession back with Rangers. Here's Reyna. Another good save by Rautenbeck. He's an important figure for Dunfermline, trying his best to keep Rangers at bay. As long as it stays 1-0, Dunfermline will feel they still have a chance of salvaging something from this match. And they owe a big debt there to Rautenbeck. Alan Johnston's corner kick. Flick off ahead of Skerla. And a clash of heads at the far post. Michael Duisberg, one of the players jumping for that header. And treatment required. Rossi injured, as well as Duisberg. There was the clash of heads between the pair. And that was a sore one. Everyone's okay again. In from Alan Johnston. Thompson's header. Tugai again! So close to a second spectacular strike. Reichenbeck was clearly beaten here, and all that saved him was his right hand upright. A rocket shot from Tugai, caught it perfectly, and it bounced back off the post. Well up, Scott Wilson, and that's come off Rossi for Michael Moles. A brilliant challenge by Andreas Skerla denies Moles right on the stroke of half-time. A mistake by Rossi, but that's what central defensive partnerships are all about. And Skerla was there to make up for the error alongside him. Half-time at Ibrox, and Tugai, the scorer of the only goal so far. Only one goal, but it was a bit special. Scott Thompson's header away, but only as far as Tugai, and back it came with some venom from the Turkish international. He struck the post as well. Fernando Rickson's header came back off the crossbar. Barry Nicholson had an early chance for Dunfermline to take the lead. Dunfermline have played with a very positive philosophy, but at half-time they trail by a goal to nil. Two changes for Dunfermline at the start of the second half. Gary Mason is on, and Stephen Hampshire is on as well. Skinner and Petrie, the players to have gone off. Dunfermline haven't lost in their previous 6 matches. They're heading for defeat here the way things stand, but nothing at all to be ashamed of in the way they've performed so far. A lot of good passing play from them, a lot of confidence, composure, and a lot of credit goes to Jimmy Calderwood for the transformation in the sides, and still in with a strong chance of a top 6 finish in the SPL, and certainly the experience at the back given to them by Rossi and Skerla, a big influence on the way they're performing. Jason Dare, Gary Mason. Played early by Thompson. Doing the backtracking was Tugai, and a corner kick conceded. Driven in low and hard, but easily dealt with by Reina. Neat flick from Crawford, good skills, and turn back for Hampshire. What a chance that was for Stephen Hampshire. First touch was a poor one, and there went the opportunity for Dunfermline to equalise. Great skills here from Crawford to get himself away from Wilson and set up the chance for Hampshire. Sets up Newman. It's Kenny Miller. Skerla's header away, and Thompson on the end of it. Mason, Thompson, fouled by Reina. And Dick Advocat joining in the chorus of disapproval. Decision against Reina. Didn't look to be an awful lot of doubt about it. Maybe Dick Advocat's just keeping warm. Good change of direction from Torrey Andrew Flo, and from Johnston to Newman. Low again, and Kenny Miller. Shooting opportunity for Kenny Miller, and another fine save by Marco Rautenbeck. Kenny Miller will feel he should have scored here, having got himself into a great position, but that was well held by the Dutch keeper. That was out before Barry Nicholson got there. Reina, Flo, in goes Reina again. That's well defended by Andreas Skerla. A delicate little flick from Flo, and that looked like a push by Reina on the Skerla. But the Dunfermline defender stood firm. Thompson finds Crawford, down from Mason. Crawford again, and Gary Mason with a chance! Overran it. Stefan Kloss made the save. An exciting moment this for Dunfermline. It looked as if Mason was in with a dream opportunity to equalise, but Konteman and Rickson were quickly there to shut him down, and the ball was in the grasp of Kloss. Forward from Reina, and laid off by Flo from Miller. Michael Moles has made a clever run. It's Moles, and it's 2-0. A brilliantly manufactured goal seals the 3 points for Rangers. Flo with the layoff, and the perfect timing and angle on the pass from Miller ensured that Michael Moles was onside. He got a half yard away from Andreas Skerla and angled the shot beyond goalkeeper Rautenbeck, and there's huge relief and delight on the touchline. It's 2-0 Rangers in the final minute. Back in from Newman. Pace from Fernando Rickson. Still has possession. Tore Andre Flo is shot blocked. Full time at Ibrox, and Rangers move into second place in the SPL, and for the first time in 4 months Celtic's lead is back to 6 points. Tugai scored in the first half. Michael Moles scored near the end. The opening goal, an absolute cracker of a volley from Tugai, which swerved into the top corner. And Marco Rautenbeck was a beaten man, and this was the one which clinched the points right at the end. Kenny Miller setting up Michael Moles for his 7th goal of the season. Rangers hope that puts some pressure on Celtic, heading for Tynecastle tomorrow evening. The gap is now back to 6 points at the top of the SPL, and Dunfermline, a beaten side, but they should take an awful lot of encouragement from a top-notch performance, which will increase.